can't eat my, no you can't eat my pizza face. Obey the flavor, it's your savior. Hi, I'm Andre, and I'm a black nerd with another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode recap. Turtle Power. Pizza Face is the weirdest episode of Ninja Turtles I think I have ever seen. If the episode with the fungus dancing around that made people hallucinate is the marijuana episode of Ninja Turtles, Pizza Face is the crystal meth. Basic plot of this story, there's a pizza maker named Antonio. He gets hit with mutagen, thinks it might be a flavor he could add to his pizzas. It turns him into Pizza Face, which is a Ninja Turtles toy character. The guy that was part man, part pizza, but this time he's like a blob of a pizza, like a Jabba the Hutt with pepperoni on him. He uses mutant powers to bring his pizzas to life, and people are forced to eat the pizzas, which turn them into mindless zombies. And who's gonna save everybody from these pizza zombies? Why, none other than Michelangelo himself. Once he finds one of these pizzas that are like, eat me, and it's fighting him, he's figuring out that something's wrong. Of course, no one believes him until they're all zombified or pizzified, and it's up to Michelangelo to save the day. We've kind of seen Michelangelo save the day before, but it's about pizza, so how could it not be Michelangelo in this case? The little pizzas that are running around, and Pizza Face himself is hilarious. He is voiced by John DiMaggio, who you might know from Futurama or Adventure Time, and he's great as a Pizza Face. He's a great Pizza Face. The pizzas were saying some of the most ridiculous things in the entire episode. Obey the flavor! Join in the bliss of real meat toppings! And this has to be one of the best animated episodes. There's a whole sequence where Michelangelo makes a pizza. Very well animated. The stuff where Michelangelo is fighting Pizza Face is some of the craziest, weirdest animation. It's one of these neat ways that they're figuring out, well, hey, it's CGI and we're limited on a TV budget, but let's figure out some creative ways to showcase stuff. There's even a moment where Michelangelo makes like the worst pizza possible, and they do a close-up of the pizza, and they even make that sound like that. And I totally had a Ren and Stimpy flashback. You know how Ren and Stimpy would show those real close-up and just nasty shots? As a matter of fact, there were a lot of homages in this. There were so many references in this, I almost lost count. There's references to Night of the Living Dead and, you know, The Walking Dead, zombie films in general. There's an alien moment. Michelangelo is inside of a pizza, has to eat himself out of the pizza. That feels weird to say. And when he busts out, it's totally reminiscent of the chestbuster scene from Alien. Oh God! Ice Cream Kitty is back, and he makes a cameo complete with Exorcist reference inside of the freezer, which makes perfect sense because not only did in The Exorcist the girl turn her head, but there was also the moment where she made the entire room cold. Ice Cream Kitty's in a freezer. That's detail right there. There's even a homage to the first Ninja Turtles movie when the delivery guy has to drop off the pizza and Michelangelo is underneath the sewer like, look down, dude. I was waiting for a, you're 3 minutes late, dude. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. I gotta get a new route. The Eat Me was, of course, I felt a reference to Little Shop of Horrors' Feed Me, but Tiny Toon fans for Little Cake of Horrors when Hampton was trying to avoid eating a cake, and the cake kept saying, eat me, eat me, eat me. Except these guys were like, eat me, eat me. Turtles watch a lot of shows on VHS tapes, and I couldn't help but notice that one of the VHS tapes that they had was orange. I don't know if that was meant to be on purpose, but that kind of looked like a reference to the old Nickelodeon VHS tapes. I may be looking too much into this, and if I am, help me. Please save me from this madness that is in my brain. I have Pizza Face, I have pizza brain. There's even a reference to interrogation slash CSI. Like Michelangelo grabs one of the little tiny pizzas, ties him up, and is interrogating him, forcing to put him inside a fireplace, which I was like, is that a Gremlins reference? They show the head of one of the pizzas inside of there already, so I was like, that's totally Gremlins reference. And then Michelangelo is wearing the CSI glasses, interrogating. I was just waiting for him at one point for them to go, all right, it's time for these pizzas to get sliced. Yeah! Down. The references were just so good in this episode. Which brings me to Super Robo Mecha Force 5. I feel like this was the most we ever saw of an episode of the show within the show, which is very much like an old school Voltron type anime show. And let me just say, this needs to be a show. This needs to, or at least a series of full-on shorts. It's really well done, particularly this one, which also had a Godzilla reference inside of it. Good timing. Irma came back. It was good to see Irma again, and she was getting a little suspicious about April O'Neil. She's always going off. So I'm wondering if we'll ever get a moment where Irma meets the Ninja Turtles. Please add Vernon. You got Irma, you got April, you got Casey. Give me some Vernon. I want a teenage Vernon. But one of the strangest and questionable moments of this episode, they're showing bunches of shots of the city completely empty because everybody is zombified by these pizzas. And they do a shot of a phone booth. And on the side of the phone booth, it says, Triceratops are here with a weird triangular symbol. It's the Turtle Illuminati. This could be a reference that the Triceratons are gonna show up. So let's keep watching and keep hoping that that happens. And then when you think they're gonna end it off with the whole, it was all just a dream. And I was like, oh, don't end it with that. that, but then there's a little twist at the end that makes you feel like maybe it wasn't a dream. We could possibly see Pizza Face again. This was strange. I mean, this episode is very, very weird, but I enjoyed the whole thing. This must have been the episode where they're like, we need one more left. We got the main storyline episodes done. Do whatever. We don't care. Nickelodeon's gonna turn their back on this one and you just do what you want and we won't ask questions. But other than the wackiness and weirdness of the plot lines and the sequences in this episode, this was still a great Ninja Turtles episode. Everything else was the same. Except for Leonardo's voice. Where was Jason Biggs today, huh? Was it around? He had to step out for a second. He's not in this episode. Is he gonna be in future episodes? Is there something you need to tell us, Nickelodeon? Is Jason Biggs gonna go do Orange New Black season 2? Doesn't have time for Ninja Turtles anymore? Huh? He thinks he's gonna do another American Pie? Too busy for Ninja Turtles? I just want to know. So let me know what you thought of this episode of Ninja Turtles in the comments below. And Pizza Face was definitely an obscure Ninja Turtles character because it was only in the toy line. So what obscure Ninja Turtles character would you love to see in a future episode of Ninja Turtles? Be sure to thumbs up this video, and if you like these Ninja Turtles recaps, I have one for every episode of season 2, so make sure you check those out. And if you're new here, subscribe. I make new nerdy videos all week, every week. I live you like a plate cousin. I'm out to 5,000. A chain, a chomp, yomp, Pizza Face. All Italians talk like that. All of them. Pizzist.